It all comes down to this seminal moment, as it's the final race for MightE Bambino for the 2022 Bambino Kart Club Championship season. Here's your starting grid. Ansel and Freddie Baker on the front row. Albert Farrow and Ralph Martin, row 2. Cooper Earsman and Daniel Stangarean rounding out row number 3. Row 4, it's Oakley Riggs and Harley Bradbury Stretton, with the top 10 completed by Sydney Nell and Elijah Tsang. Max Joy and Jensen James Williams round out row number 6. Albert Batchelor, Arthur Bath, Hadley Jarvis and Meredith Fang round out the 16-strong grid. And all it takes is for one particular result to be paramount above all. Over the course of the day, it has been nip and tuck between Ansel and Freddie Baker. Ansel needs to finish ahead of Freddie Baker to take the championship crown. Any drama that Ansel might suffer could be detrimental. But with the way things have been going so far, the sun has been shining brightly on a couple of drivers. And the good thing is, a great sentiment from Glyn Griffiths. Good luck to all drivers in the finals. What a great day's racing it has been so far. 100% agree with you there, Glyn. Thank you very much for getting in touch. Don't forget, give your support to the drivers here on the Alpha Live YouTube channel, or alternatively on the Bambino Kart Club Facebook page, where we are broadcasting. A big thank you to Alpha Live once again, who have been providing with streaming throughout the season. 10 minutes plus an additional lap for the last final for MightE Bambino. We are waiting patiently for the red lights to go out, which they do now. So the MightE Bambino final, the last one out of 2022's 6 rounds, gets underway. And Ansel gets the whole shot ahead of Freddie Baker to lead the field. Oh, a little bit of a touch between Ralph Martin and Albert Farrow. That's allowing the number 90. Cooper Earsman has absolutely launched it off the line and is up to, from 7th position, up to a genuine P4. Down the hill they go into Ashby's. A little bit more strategy being required here as the drivers make their way through Wilkins, down into Osiers. And Cooper Earsman, well, no surprise with the launch off the line and how he got that rocket ship start. Now going around the outside of Albert Farrow through into the boot. Nicely done there by the number 19. However, Farrow on the counter-offensive going into pit bend, looks to have the inside run. But Ansel leading the way, 2.5 tenths of a second ahead of Freddie Baker in the UK plate. But Freddie Baker getting closer. He likes that little sweet spot through oblivion, does Freddie. And now they are line astern heading into Christmas Corner on lap number 2. Cooper Earsman fastest in Sector 1 last time around. Ralph Martin takes that honour. Cooper Earsman now up into P4 and closing in on Ralph Martin, but was actually a tenth slower in the first sector last time around. 8 minutes and 23 seconds. Ansel effectively needs to finish in the top 2 to secure the championship here today. So 74 points, plays 72. So that basically puts 591 for Ansel, and for Freddie Baker on 72. That puts him on 574. So that is effectively, how can I put this? That's a considerable amount of points. If it stays as it is right now, Ansel is the champion. Move here from Sydney Nell, who was in the trenches in the previous heat. There is the 88 of Elijah Tsang. Good to see some great representation. The Bambino Kart Club attracting talent far and wide and from different cultures, different nations, different religious beliefs. It's great to have that melting pot here in the Bambino Kart Club. So drivers still very much keeping themselves going. So Albert Batchelor trying to close in on Daniel Stangarean. Cooper Isman, though. James actually had a chat with the family earlier on, and Cooper said, yeah, I'm going for 4th or 5th. Well, he was definitely fully charged. Pardon the pun there. But the good thing is that these drivers really are showcasing. And people, I have heard comments that electric karting is compared to scale electric. I know. But when I've commentated on, when I've actually driven a fully electric kart, the Rotax Project E20 that came to the Vera Tools Motorsport UK British Kart Championships earlier on this year at Warden Law, people were undecided. My words to people that want to try out electric propulsion karting: give it a go. Give it a go, give it a shot, see what you think, and then make your decision based on that. However, Albert Batchelor trying to close in on Daniel Stangarean in the number 51. That is Hadley Jarvis in the number 22, who's been shown the blue flag. So 5 minutes and 20. We're close to halfway through this race, and at the moment, the fastest lap so far is from Freddie Baker. In terms of the, well, that was a 1 minute .195. And there are our 2 race leaders coming down from the boot. Cooper Earsman, in the meantime, has decided to go one better, up from 4th to 3rd. Ralph Martin has been passed by the number 19, who closes on in once again, and that's coming through Oblivion and into Crook and into Fine Lady. So effectively, it's still a 9-point advantage. Right, that is the number 99, Harley Bradbury Stretton. Even technical difficulties can hit electric propulsion systems in extreme heat. Oh, this is getting a bit tricky here. That was very close between Earsman, Martin and Farrow. This is the battle for 3rd place. As we're 60% through the timer, counting down all the way to 0. And Earsman still keeping ahead of the number 32, going through Oblivion and Crook once again. So drivers making their way up the hill once again. Still this battle between Cooper Earsman and Ralph Martin going on. Oh, that was a little bit of a moment there, bit of a tank slapper coming out of Ashby's for Ralph Martin. A little bit further back, we've got some battling, but here are the 2 race leaders. Ansell versus Baker. And through into the boot one more time they go. Oh, very close indeed between the pair. The gap was nearly 5.5 tenths of a second. It's gone down to 0.16. 1 minute 6 flat. 1 minute 0.6 flat there for Freddie Baker, who went wide coming out of Crook and into Fine Lady. There's Hadley Jarvis that they've just passed by through the inside, going up Manuel's Bank and into Christmas Corner. Now the run down into Inkerman's. Some differing lines there. A little bit of a bump over the curves from Ansell, nearly allowing Freddie Baker an opportunity to get through, but the GP plate stays ahead for the moment, 80%. And Karen Wall saying, come on, Sydney, now chase that 5th position, come on. That's what we like to hear, a little bit of virtual encouragement. But the gap is still 0.163. As all they come together, the leaders come together. Oh no, that wasn't. Yeah, that was Ansell, and Freddie Baker's through, and that was the number 24 of Arthur Bath. Oh, back marker got in the way. But however, that really doesn't change much because it would be a 3. Yeah, I think the thing is, if Ansell is in first or second position, that championship is pretty much as guaranteed as anything. Because it's 52 points for a win, or 52 points for second, 55 for first. And even though that would probably mean it would be an 8-point advantage to Ansell by my calculations, because Cooper Earsman is quite a long way away. So Freddie Baker is about to cross the line, I would think, very shortly. We'll see what happens. I'm just waiting for the timing to refresh. Freddie Baker is now 1.5 seconds ahead, and now can just cruise to the checkered. It's not going to be enough for what he needs. He would need for, I think, probably Ansell to finish outside of the top five to take the title based on the points. But with 26 seconds still to go on the clock, plus an additional lap, it's anyone's guess what might happen here. And there is the number 54. That is Albert Batchelor in 9th position at the moment, battling away with Daniel Stangarean, and also Elijah Tang, who rounds out the top 10 positions. But there is your race leader, Freddie Baker, the UK plate. Timer has hit 0 after 10 minutes out of pit bend for the penultimate time of racing. Lap 10 completed, 11th and final lap, and what's more, it's the final racing lap of the season. Ansell still in that very much required second position. So the drivers now making their way down the hill, and the way things are standing at the moment, we are waiting to see. It's not too far away from finding things out, because Freddie Baker is going to take the last win of the season, and the checkered flag will wave. Freddie Baker will win the race, but coming out of the final corner, by my provisional calculations, the GP of Ansell takes the mighty Bambino crown here at the Bambino Kart Club in 2022, taking on the Roll of Honour, following on from Kane Langley from last year. And I think in it was 6 points. Based on the provisional results. So Ansell is your provisional 2022 MightE Bambino champion here at the Bambino Kart Club. And what a drive from those two drivers all day long. And yeah, well, Ralph Martin rounds out the top 3. Albert Farrow in 4th. Cooper Earsman, he was 3rd, he finishes in 5th, but still hit his target of 5th place. That was what he wanted to do at a minimum, so well done. Albert Batchelor finishes in 6th, Sidney Nell in 7th, Oakley Riggs, Daniel Stangarean, Elijah Tang and Mark Joy round out the 11 non-rookie drivers. Jensen James Williams takes the top honours for the rookies, ahead of Arthur Bath, with Hadley Jarvis and Harley Bradbury Stretton, but provisionally the GP driver of Ansell is your provisional 2022 MightE Bambino champion here at the Bambino Kart Club. Next up, it's going to be another howitzer right here, because we've got the last race of the season coming up next. It's the final for MightE Bambino.